Oh, hello.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Why, hello, you devilishly handsome individual. Why, thank you so much for tuning in to our climactic finale of Castles and Crusades.
No.
Are you
For those
sure it's the
castles
finale?
and crusades.
We are. It may not. We might have a
Castles,
little more than just one session here, but this is it. Like this will probably be finale part 1. is how this will probably go.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah, beginning of the. Ooh, I like that. I'm trademarking that. Trademark TM.
It's over.
It's
No one has ever said it before.
It's fine.
Oh man, I wish I could do that. I wish I had the power to trademark anything I wanted just by saying it.
That's a
That'd
good
be cool.
superpower.
If you
Wouldn't
pee
be
on it,
bad.
it's yours.
Oh god, I'd be pissing so much
Don't you already?
already. 30 seconds in, it's already about piss.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. As we are about to wrap up our first ever kind of longer foray into Castles and Crusades here with the Storms Front. I'm very excited. We did a little bit of housekeeping off screen. We divvied up some loot. So the players might there might be stuff you haven't previously seen. That'll just be a surprise for you watching at home because there was some housekeeping and some things procured off screen. However, I think rather than some sort of long-winded spiel, I think it's time we just jump right into it. Jump into it.
Scares me.
I'm a scary guy.
I jump into it.
I jumped.
Sorry.
Internet Explorer has joined the chat.
Yeah, I think I'd like to jump into it.
No one wants to pre-jump.
Should we roll for jumping
Can we
into it?
roll for jumping?
Yeah,
A
roll for
little like
You and me,
like
man.
Clippy, like Office Clippy is like.
Hi, do
"Oh,
you
it
need
looks
help
like you'd
jumping?
like to jump into it.
I would love that to be a T-shirt someday for us.
It's a battle-scarred Clippy.
It's got a cigarette.
Got like a leather belt with like a.
I've seen people not make that jump, kid. You gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready.
Anyway,
All right.
last we left off, the heroes of Havensford were trekking through the swampy, nasty, old-growth forest known as the Wooded Vale, searching for the darkness that was starting to spread southward and risking consuming Havensford, their home. They spent some time on the road and were accosted by a bunch of goblins that really messed them up, but they managed to pull through. And managed to recover after taking a little bit of downtime, some healing magic, some healing teas, and as they continued their trek, they met a very large, kind of troll-like being, though it looked like this troll, if you will, was just covered in like bark-like skin and vegetation, and he just looked all kinds of messed up and warped by maybe some kind of like weird magic. Something just was very, very off about this fine chap. Wasn't much for words. Was basically telling the party, go back, get the heck out of here. And the party wasn't having it. And
He was kind of chill.
yeah, in a surprisingly quick fashion, took down this lad with some very well-placed shots and spells and quick thinking and quick feet, and I mean it was really impressive to see. And sometimes it's nice to see your players just absolutely decimate after getting their poopy pushed a little bit. But having
he offered to bribe.
There was a bribe.
Yeah. He chose violence.
He did.
Poorly.
He
Hey,
he
when it comes to
may have
poopy
answered
pushing,
to someone.
We push back. We push back on poopy
You
pushing.
got to push as much as you
Yeah,
can,
that's
but
right.
sometimes you answer to someone far more scary than 6 ragtag individuals in the forest. So he made his choice, and now he's swimming with the fishes.
I don't know what's scarier, to be honest. I can't think of a
don't
single
either.
thing.
It's truly terrifying. But
Well, we were just as stabby as whoever he reported to, it turns out.
yeah. So, having successfully dispatched kind of this bouncer in the forest, the party pushed on, and I believe we're picking up here. You will have to remind me: were you all taking a long rest for the night prior to trekking on after your fight?
Yeah, I think so because I think we
did,
healed up a little bit.
I think you did. I couldn't quite remember because I mean it's only been a week, but I couldn't quite remember if you all had chosen to rest for the night or if you were.
I think
going
we
to push
followed
on.
the tracks kind of like as long as we could, and then
Yes.
found a place out of the rain.
Yes. Even as you were approaching this large troll-like being, the road was getting way less pronounced and was becoming a lot more kind of washed out. You did. I know you all were following the footsteps of Mr. Troll, kind of following where he had previously came from, further northeast. But as the rain continued, following the trail just kind of basically became impossible until night fell, and you all are taking a rest now. So, with the night, I believe we'll just say, I think we dealt with this last session, and if not, I'm the castle keeper. I get to say what and do whatever. You all get through your rest. You go through your shifts. You all managed to get some rest. It has continued to rain the entire night and into this morning. As you all stir, unless you have a means of keeping yourself dry.
I sure do.
You
Thanks
do?
for asking.
Oh, I'm
I have a
glad to-
leather tarp that's 6 foot by 3 foot.
Well, then Davum
Yeah, I
is.
also have a tarp.
Hey, look at that! Y'all are okay. So you all are
I
managing.
packed.
You're ready.
I specifically do not. I am not avoiding the rain at all. Actually, I am very much in the rain.
I would have been disappointed if you were.
Well,
Yeah.
and went through her winter blanket and doesn't have anything else, so she's miserable. On
Well,
the first
hold
day of
on.
travel.
I have a good amount of rope and like twine.
Just pile it
And
on her.
stuff. No, yeah. But I think that I could feasibly make like a tent. It's the leather tarp is only 3 feet wide, and so it would be a very tiny little tent.
Sure.
But if Wynn wanted to scooch up,
Scooch up,
he
yeah.
would,
Is this
he would
like
offer.
through the night or
Yeah.
that we're talking about? Yeah, I think
Yes.
between like the two of our tarps and like the overhang.
Yeah, we could-
that
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
we
about
could,
to say
like,
you all
book them
did.
together.
You all did find a bit of an overhang to get out of most of this direct rain.
Gorgeous.
It was kind of like though on the grounds, like you do have to contend with kind of like a soggy ground and like the rain's not going just perfectly down; it's coming in a little bit. So, but be that as it may, with your tarps and with Olus just naturally being a very moist individual.
Yeah, I think Olus is just in the rain on it. Like I think he
Hey, I
sleeps.
love it.
Sleeps outside.
And he's in the morning he
If you're cold, he's cold.
before he puts his shirt on, he's just like leaned back, letting the rain kind of hit him for a little while longer before he puts his brigandine on.
I just imagine him like, I think it's I can't remember what
The
song
Notebook?
it's in. No. There's a song where like the person is in a chair and like leans back and pulls the chain and just like is like
Flashdance.
there you go.
He's a maniac.
I just imagine him getting like in his chair, like he's got a foot up on something and he's leaning it back on 2 legs, like just basking hotly.
Yeah.
Asking hotly.
This is very steamy. So, you all, after securing yourselves, or perhaps staying out and getting a little bit moist, you all wake. It is actually unnervingly dark still in the forest. Now, it's not like nighttime, to be clear. There is light. It is just very low light, and it's as you can't help but feel it's like the sun just isn't hardly even existent here right now. That is just there's this darkness and this coldness that seems to be setting in. Olus, you're like a little more accustomed to kind of colder, wet environments. So it's not as bad for you, but even to you, like there's a bit of a chill to this, and it's like surprisingly kind of chilly, but not so much that you all are hampered from your journey, but it is very, very unpleasant. Nothing sounds better right now than to go home to your warm beds with a warm drink and just forget about all of this. And all of you kind of feel this little tug in the back of your minds to just return. But you all have woken up, torn down your camp, and the day, or what is can be considered this as, if this is a day, the day is yours. You have your heading. You know where to go.
We have our heading.
I have our heading.
As we're like getting ready and like setting off down the trail, just I'd like to get alongside Davum
No. Sure.
and just Davum. I was thinking about what we talked about yesterday,
Oh.
with anger and that sort of thing.
Right.
I think something that helped me was breathing and learning about and being more mindful with my breath. And I think that could help you too, if you'd like to talk about it sometime.
Well, kind of over this, like talking just loud enough to be heard over the roar of the rainfall. Just kind of go, well, when you're a kid, right? Parents are like, just take a deep breath, and it helps you calm down no matter what you're going through. But maybe more than that, the other night, when we first encountered some baddies together, and you said just breathe, and then that big wind that came, I think that I know you said it for yourself, but I think maybe that was something I needed to hear.
Well, I think it's great advice, and I think like Simon would just like spend like the next little bit of like they're walking, like talking about like breathing with your diaphragm and like not like your shoulders and like that sort of thing, like good like abdominal breathing.
Yeah.
Just like
I think that they're just because of the proximity and time together, I think that it would have become apparent that what Davum's nervous tics are, like what he does when he's anxious or upset or whatever. I think the primary thing he does today is like he'll check his sword like a lot when he's like nervous, and like he clears his face of water a lot, and he wrings his hair out a lot. He's very fiddly, and as they like talk, he like rings out, but he rings out less, and his hands go to his sword a lot less. I think that he actually does, like, honestly, I don't think he talks much as Simon speaks. I think he listens a lot, and I think that manifests in his behavior.
nice.
Yeah, I think he calms quite a bit. And then gradually, I think with time, his brow furrows because his mind is now far more active than it's been.
So, as you all kind of gather and trek northeastward, Simon and Davum having this conversation, there is not at this point, an immediate trail that is super easy to follow. At this point, it feels like you are running the risk of getting lost in these woods. As, despite this seemingly being in the middle of nowhere, all of you cannot shake the feeling that you are being watched everywhere. So, as you all continue, this feeling of being watched intensifies. And after about 3 hours of your journey, you all have to stop because there is no semblance of a road. You feel you are completely and utterly lost. You feel like you've passed the same trees a couple of times now, and something is going to have to change.
Well, I can't say I told you so or anything, but, you know, me standing at the front of the group may be not the best idea.
With Lenore having an eidetic memory, would there be anything that she's kind of could help orient us? I feel like I would have at least pinpointed if we went around in a circle like the first.
Lenore, Lenore, just give me an intelligence check, please.
Sorry, I'm having a roll 20 struggle moment.
That's okay. We all have struggles. Okay. So, you have seen these trees before. You pinpoint like, okay, this gnarled section, I've seen that before. I know that. However, even with this, seeing this tree multiple times, you are confident you are not traveling in circles. Someone or something is purposely trying to mess with you right now.
Just to himself, Simon will whisper a prayer and cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You utter this prayer. For a brief moment, there's like that kind of wind surging up from you as like it's almost like the rain around you hovers in place for a second as it then falls back down as completely all surrounding you. Every square foot of land of what you can see within the spell's range, there is magic. You also, assuming you would probably be able to figure this too, it is illusion-based magic too.
Got caught in a genjutsu, gang.
Classic mistake.
This always
just-
happens to me.
To the
Always
group, we're in some sort of illusion. This isn't right.
Nani, says Babushka. What? I'm kidding.
Looking around at our surroundings,
Yes.
hearing that from Lenore and Simon,
Oh.
she's going to start looking at this environment like a puzzle
Okay.
and is going to see if there's like anything that looks like it might be a way out of the illusion using the thing, find the way.
Fine. Is this a class feature?
It is.
Okay. Is that what? Does that have a specific stat with that? Or ability?
So I think with the way it's worded, it might be up to you whether or not this is relevant.
What's it? You're a seeker, right?
Yeah, the seeker is far more apt to find a secret door or concealed portal or solve a riddle. For this reason, they gain a +1 bonus when passing by any secret door, or when actively searching, the bonus increases to +2.
Okay. Make me a wisdom check. Your check is going to be way lower.
Okay. Oh, don't.
I am
Are there
looking
any
for
animals?
a rather low number.
Oh, wait, I just rolled a d20.
I mean, it
Sorry.
functions essentially the same.
Okay, I rolled an 8, and then that's plus my level, which is 4,
Mhm.
plus my modifier, which is 1, so 8 plus 5,
Okay. And is that a
which
prime?
is 13. It is prime.
And plus your yes. Okay. So, N1. As Simon tells you this, and as the group kind of stops and begins to look around, like your keen sense of perception and awareness, you start looking around and seeing, trying to find a way out of this. Like, this is what you're good at. And as you start to look around, it's like the world around you just jump cuts. It's just suddenly, it's off. And you are standing about 100 feet away from what looks like a small house. You look around you, and you all have been... You can just see... You see everyone else. Everyone looks like they're looking around at everything in this moment. But you look around, and you just see this, like, roughly 30-foot diameter ring of footsteps that looks like you all have just been walking in a circle for hours.
Her response to that is immediately to, like, her arms go back for, like, Davum and whoever else is, like, standing nearby.
Babushka will be near you.
Well,
From your all's
Good.
perspective, you see N1 just kind of freaking out and looking around.
I'm gonna take Davum and I'm gonna shake him. You see it?
what?
Do you see it?
No, what? There's just more forest.
It's not. It is.
All right. Give me a smack, I guess.
You say that out loud.
Yeah.
I swing. Like you're
You get
looking
slapped
at
on both sides of the
wind, and Babushka comes in with like a,
Ruptures Davum's eardrums. Just
it's like a punch to the neck, like the side of the neck.
And you will see this.
Yeah, I'd like to try and
see through
see
sure.
what
So,
she's saying.
as N1 begins to point this out to you all have this moment where it's like reality just jump cuts, where everything just drops.
Can it be after the first hit? But
Oh,
before
it
the
is,
second hit?
yeah, of course. It's like first hit, I see it! Like,
Nope, smack.
Lights out.
Davum's just constantly stuck in this.
Question about our environment. Are we in the open?
Right now, there is trees, there's cover. However, it looks like it is sparse. It is kind of like it's kind of like a grove in the worst possible way, in that there is a little bit of a clearing. There is a small house that looks like it's in kind of a rough shape, but it does look like someone is living there, as smoke is lazily billowing out of a chimney. Outside of that, nothing too much of note as of yet. You're about, and to clarify, you are about 100 to 120 feet away at this point.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the quick release on my gear,
Okay.
on my bag, and kind of stash it nearby, and
Okay.
draw the big sword and kind of go.
Sure.
Well, shall we?
At this point, can we all see the house, or did we just get like a glimpse
Yes,
of
no.
it?
You all, like, there is enough clearing, like, you can see through the trees. Like, the trees aren't so thick at this point that you can't see. Like, you can see about, again, 120 feet, give or take, 120 feet away, you see this house, this small little cottage.
Oh, look, guys, there's shelter, so you guys can get out of the rain.
A big red handprint, and then another red handprint on Dav's face. He's just kind of like, I don't think it's friendly.
The house?
Of whomever's in it, because
Oh.
why would you be in this dark, dank place and also put up an illusion making us not find your house?
Security?
Yeah.
Wynn, is there something you're wanting to say?
She is looking for corpses nearby. Just doing a quick look through to see if these
Corpse
woods are
check.
littered with
Okay.
Yep.
bones or the signs that people have been here or died here.
Sure. Will go ahead and give me just a wisdom check.
I will use my actual character sheet this time.
Hey, I don't care, whatever. As long as we get there. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Oh, that's spicy.
Goddamn.
Jesus!
Okay, so from where you're at, you do not see any corpses, any bodies, any bones. The only thing looking even close to that is off of the side of the house, there is a scarecrow that is hanging up. Outside of that, that is the only corpse-like looking entity.
Will you all let me know if you see a brass belt buckle with a chicken on it? It was
Do I know-
Finn's.
Do I know what that means?
Yeah, it was the belt buckle that was given to Finn by our father.
Do the clothes on the scarecrow look like family clothes?
As in Inwin's family's clothes?
Yeah.
What's the inseam?
7.
That is the exact same energy as you guys asking me what the dew point is of the weather.
Yeah, it sucks being on the receiving end of this. So Inwin, with a 21, even from this far away, those clothes look familiar.
Fuck.
And
There's
and probably
something
Dabham, you probably would recognize those as well.
Fuck!
I don't know about you guys, but that guy standing behind the house is kind of.
That's a scarecrow.
That's a scarecrow.
Davum immediately is at Wynn's side and then kind of how tall is Wynn?
She's like 5'7", 5'6".
Okay, so he's like a foot and a half shorter than you. He like a hand on your arm. Just like,
She reaches for your arm and
Hey.
just squeezes.
that's okay. It's alright. We'll figure it out. We got this. Okay.
Do we need to try to approach peacefully?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Just to
Just
you
very.
Just in case.
They already
You-
know we're here, no doubt.
Do you want me to be Overwatch and just hang out here in the tree? Make sure I let you know if there's anything coming.
With that new cool cape you've got, right? You could get to us in no problem, right?
The cape does not interfere with my legs. You are correct.
Right.
And it is a ghillie suit. It is not important.
I think I should hang back too, just in case I can charge in when I need to.
How big is the store? You're a big man on a big horse.
Just in case.
I like the idea of us making room for our friends to leave with your strength.
Wynn, what do
Maybe-
you want?
I want to go knock.
Alright.
maybe Babushka stay back, Olus, you can be like a midway point, and the four of us can go up.
Yeah, I'll give it a shout if I see anything out here.
Stay close enough that you can charge in one bit.
Before we part ways, Lenore is going to give Olus a smooth stone with a unique engraving on it and say, when you need it, this will bring you luck. The specific writing with the luck stone or luck rune is that like it's kind of up to the person carrying it when it activates, and then it'll last 4 rounds once it activates. So you just kind of carry it around, and when you need it, it's there.
Is that like an action to activate it?
No, it's not. I don't. It didn't say it was an action.
We'll play it loose. We'll say that like handing this
It's
off, like
basically
there's
a
probably
reroll.
a. We'll just say the magic's kind of like tied into the, the wielder, and that
Yeah, the
it can
will.
probably sense when danger's close at hand, adrenaline
Yeah.
and all that. It's a biomonitor. It's a biomonitor magic. So
Basically, there are some runes that this isn't exactly one of them. There are ones that are literally like circumstance triggered, like you set it up that way. The luck rune is different. It doesn't have to be set up as far as like there's literally a 3-pack where you put like a hold on it, what the rune itself is, and what the trigger will be.
you're right. I remember reading
This-
that now.
The luck is different. It's
Sure.
literally just the one rune, and then it says like up to interpretation of how it activates.
Perfect. In
Yeah.
that case, you've got it.
But it-
You don't need to worry about it being wasted. So, Inwin, you have this rune.
She gave it to
no,
Olaf.
no.
Oh, I'm
Olaf.
sorry. Olis, you have this rune.
I eat the rock. Yeah.
Okay.
To when I think Davin just kind of goes, "Do you want to knock? Do you want me to knock?"
I want to do it.
Good.
I will tell you, leave the door open if you can, so we can hear and see.
Yeah. Before we go up, and when Davin, Lenore,
Mhm.
do any of you have anything on you that might represent anything positive or good or wholesome, something that represents love to you?
Yeah.
It's okay if not. It's fine.
Davin kind of holds up his wrist, and there are a couple of leather bracelets, kind of entwined with stone carved effigies and trinkets and charms. And he goes, "This is from my family."
Lenore holds up her right hand, and on her ring finger is a fairly modest engagement ring with a diamond moissanite center and some tanzanite on it.
Wynn pulls out a cup of troll's blood.
And Babushka holds her shield and climbs a tree. The nearest tree that is a sightline
Sure.
to Overwatch, while still being within range of both combat with the bow, air crossbow, and shouting distance of Olis and the crew.
Sure.
But is going to start camoing herself up there.
Okay. Just as a point of order for myself, Babushka, these trees are massive. You can go up like probably close to, I mean, in some instances like 200 feet. Like these trees are huge.
That's
How high and how far away are you wanting to be?
20 feet. Let's see, how tall is the cottage?
It's a single story from the outside. It's we'll say probably about 20 feet at its tallest point, honestly.
All right. Let's see. I will do. Yeah, I'll do 20 feet, I think.
Gotcha.
Up. And then I would say facing the front door that the party's going into. And if I can, ideally, I want to be able to see everything that I can in the grove barring the back end
Sure.
of the cottage.
Sure.
And
Makes
that's when
sense.
I'll kind of set up and kind of hug the trunk with my back and pull the suit over me and rest the shield on front of me and just kind of brace the heavy crossbow
Okay.
in the most enemy at the gates shit
I
you've
love
ever
it.
seen.
I'm so here for it. I love it. Okay, so Babushka is set up. Olus is hanging back at about the midway point in prep. And then the four of you remaining, you all are going up, correct?
Yeah, and I just wanted to finish saying
Oh, yes, please.
that it might not come into play, but if I, give the word to present, just hold up your objects and
Aye.
present them.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
So, four of you begin to exit out of the coverage of the trees, begin to make your way to this cottage. Why don't we transition over to a map?
Oh, good.
I'm watching like Babushka like take her ring on her necklace and like give it a kiss as she makes a little personal prayer for everyone to be safe.
And let me make sure I get us over. Not that there's going to be combat. That would be silly. There's no
Who
combat
would even
there.
know?
I
Why would there be combat?
don't think there's anything to worry about, but let's just go ahead and transition over here.
I have a question. How do you guys get your profiles off the screen? Not that I don't mind.
Oh,
your beautiful
that's an
stuff.
easy one. If you go over to the cog up in the top, in the settings,
Okay.
then if you go down to audio and video,
Mhm.
and then video display, you can then do the player video and avatar size and just do names only. And that
Is that what you're talking about?
Love that. Thank you. That makes me so I can actually see the map. For the
Yeah,
first
it makes
time.
it
Oh
a
my
little
god. That's so helpful.
Oh, I didn't realize you still had that.
Yeah, it
Olus,
made it
yes.
really challenging.
Olus, did you have a question?
Can I just get a big Olus to represent?
We're at the end of the campaign, and I still never did that.
It's okay, buddy.
I'm gonna get you a big Olus. Put them to the back.
We're gonna get you a big Olus stuffy.
Big Olus.
Aw.
We'll tint that.
What does he say when you squeeze him?
Oh god, there's so many things. Oh, they all rushed at me at once.
I feel like,
Olus
man,
here.
gotta get this shirt off.
Olus here.
Oh man, I love being moist.
Oh no, I hate that.
He just talks about horses for 45 minutes.
You squeeze him once, he just goes.
He Olus explains. Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
see
You
an
squeeze him.
interactable
Lovely
thing
day
on
for
this
rain,
map.
isn't it?
What's that now? What's that now?
I see an interactable thing that doesn't look like the setting.
Stop using your '90s cartoons. Get out of here.
Get out of here with that 90s.
I don't know what
cartoon
you're talking about.
reference.
So, the four of you exit out of the tree line and begin kind of going up this small little walkway. You are here. You are at this cottage. What do you all wish to do? You are in full control of your character tokens. I am leaving it to you to move, and if something happens, I'm taking where you're at as gospel. So,
There are two doors here. Is the one on the right the more like this is the front door looking one?
correct. This one off here to the bottom right is seemingly the front door. This looks more of like kind of like a shed or something like that.
Lenore's, I'm literally just having her stay right next to Inwin and kind of like,
Okay.
Lenore would be trying to read Inwin's face a little bit for like, are we trying to avoid the scarecrow? Like, we're not wanting to get closer to it emotionally.
She keeps looking towards the scarecrow, and Lenore's insightful. She would gather that that Enwin would want to go near the scarecrow.
Where's the scarecrow?
Where I am.
Okay,
Yes.
Also,
there it is.
Besides Simon.
I'm
Perfect.
sorry, Zach. Did you say that this was the front door and
That
this
is
looked more like a
correct.
shed?
Yes.
Okay,
It looks
sorry.
like this is like a small little add-on over here, and this over here is the front door.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
just as like Inwin moves past, you're just gonna like examine this scarecrow a little closer. Maybe like, what is like the face covering?
So it looks like there is actually, like, in kind of like that classic pastoral design, there is what looks like a rotting pumpkin on top for the head. The clothes, there seems to be straw stuffed and poking out of all of the various areas. A big old, like, almost comical farmer hat on top of the rotting pumpkin's head.
Just want to kind of get in close and like look into the pumpkin a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
Sick.
Perceive.
By the way, Lenore is holding her halberd.
Okay, good to know. Fortunately, being this close, you don't need a super high check. As Simon, you getting closer to this scarecrow and kind of gazing at it, this scarecrow seems to be breathing.
Oh,
Very
no.
shallow breaths.
Can I see into like the pumpkin? Is there like anything behind the pumpkin, inside the pumpkin head?
As you get closer, it's in shadow, but you see a face behind the pumpkin head.
Can I? But it's like, okay.
It's very like, I mean, there's just some
Yeah,
small
yeah, yeah.
carvings. Like, you can see now that you're close. You can kind of get in there and see a little bit, but outside of you can tell there's a face behind there, but hard to make out without. I mean, like, if you want to like
Yeah, sure.
go for it, like go for it. But
No, can I at all tell like what color the eyes are?
they would probably match in ones.
Okay.
We may need to retcon that in a moment. We'll find out.
Just like looking super sad, but just stepping in behind the group.
What is this?
What is that? Well, hanging off of this house, there appears to be, for lack of a better word, it looks like an effigy. Like this vaguely humanoid effigy. And you cannot help, as you get close to it and look at it, it's looking back at you. It doesn't have eyes, but you feel the hairs on the back of your neck standing up. It's looking at you somehow.
Turning to that instead of the door. I've come for my family.
There's no response.
I'll knock on the door and then step back.
You knock on the door. Few seconds pass by. Few more seconds. Few more seconds. It would appear that no one is coming to answer the door.
That scarecrow behind us isn't like a secret monster or anything, right?
Could I try casting Mind Calm on the scarecrow?
think there's
Sure, you can try that.
I think there's someone in there.
Hey, I'm sorry. And Davim just like fully like turns and just stares at it.
So, Lenore, you draw this rune in as the magic emanates, and the power of the rune seems to wash over this scarecrow. Simon, you had previously noted that the scarecrow was taking deep, shallow breaths. The breathing becomes a little more pronounced and steady. You are muted. I don't know if you meant to.
I wasn't gonna. I didn't know that no one would answer the door. I didn't want. But maybe we should. Then.
Davim kind of pulls out his sword and goes to cut whatever ropes might be holding this
So I'm gonna pull the pumpkin off the head while he's like
Being.
looking at that.
Okay.
Enwin is frozen, looking at the door.
Okay, so Simon, you go ahead and pull the pumpkin off, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want Lenora standing next to Enwin, having kind of halberd ready at length.
Sure. Simon, as you pull this off, you immediately recognize your brother, Callum, has been hung up on here, and this is Callum.
Enwin has not turned around. She's frozen.
when
Is it?
Is Callum one of the ones that I knew?
look
Callum looks incredibly emaciated. He looks like it's hard to say. You don't know how long he has been hanging up there, but he's still alive, barely. But the indentions and burns along his his wrist, his ankles, and like around his chest, there are deep red marks that would indicate he has been up there for a very long time, but has possibly been kept alive.
As Davham like cuts him free,
Yeah.
we'll like take him into our arms and be like, Inwin.
I just take his face.
He is unconscious, it would seem, right now.
I lift up one of his eyelids to look at his eye.
Lift up the eye. The pupil barely contracts.
I
2 years. 2 years.
but like kind of gingerly like lay him down while she's kind of got him, and I pull out the cure wounds potion that I have,
Okay.
and I will administer it to him.
Okay. Administering the potion, Callum's eyes flicker open as his head kind of rolls a little bit in your hands, as like you can tell, like even with the help of the potion, he is struggling to focus. He is pretty out of it, but after a few seconds of his head kind of lulling, his eyes kind of like squint, focus in on you, and one says, Edwin. Am I dead?
Oh.
Okay. Do you know where the others are at?
We just got here. Are they alive?
I don't know. I never saw them. How long has it been?
2 years.
Tears start to run down the side of his cheeks. As you can feel him starting to tremble,
Hey.
as he starts to kind of gently sob.
There's gonna be time for crying when this is over. Do you understand?
I'm sorry. I couldn't save them. I'm so sorry. I did my best.
I know.
You've got to get out of here. All of you, you've got to get out of here.
Let's move him out of the way over
Yeah.
here near Babushka.
We've come to fix this.
So it's not been entirely relevant up till now. And in the player's handbook or whatever, it talks about like it lists like racial traits
Sure.
but that they're specifically applicable to like a certain class, I guess technically.
Yeah,
But when
certain
I-
races have certain like bonuses to certain classes. They're kind of like
Yeah.
predisposed.
And gnomes have a predisposition to listening checks.
Okay.
I think in the player's handbook it lists it as applicable to rogues and assassins, but I
Sure.
wonder if I might use that
Yeah,
now.
I'll let you. I'll let you. If you want to make a listen check,
Yes.
I'll give you the circumstantial bonus. Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Cool. Yeah,
So
I would love to
a
take a
plus
listen.
2, I believe, to your roll, and that will
Awesome.
be a wisdom check as well.
Wisdom. Good deal. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So may I ask, is there something you are specifically listening for? Also, is this a primary or a secondary?
This is the secondary.
Secondary? Okay.
He
Still a good roll.
is
Yeah.
so. I don't know how much attention would have been on Davim. I think the most of the attention would have been on Win and Callum, but
That's likely true.
Davim has moved on from
Okay.
the tenderness and love of seeing Callum and is now
Okay.
deeply furious and is now in like listening to the house and listening specifically maybe back this away, trying to hear if there's someone or something over in that area
Okay.
that is trying to hide, or
Sure.
is some stupid bastard witch tending to her garden like nothing's going on, or something like that. I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Sure. So as you kind of move on from this scene and start to slowly venture around the side of the house, listening as best you can. As far as sounds go, all that greets your ears is the sound of the rain hitting the surrounding foliage and water. There is nothing that immediately piques your ears. And as you're kind of tuning into this, it kind of registers in your brain now that you really are focusing in on it. There is, apart from the rain, no sound. You know how when it snows, it gets that muted sound?
Yes.
Imagine that, but somehow with rain as well. You can hear the rain. It's hitting the ground, hitting the water, hitting the trees. But there is no background ambience to that, beyond that.
Something still isn't right.
If possible, I'm gonna move him here.
Yeah, Simon would
Okay.
help.
Absolutely.
And just as a really quick note, as we're like
Please.
leaning him up against a tree,
Sure.
whatever happens, if you see us fall, you have one job. I know it hurts. We have cleared a path back to Haven's Fort. You crawl on your hands and knees if you have to.
I can do that.
That's your job.
As he starts to kind of stand, or at least trying to, he's shaky, but he gets to his feet as he kind of braces himself, kind of leaning back against the tree. I can go now. I can go.
Don't
Well,
go too.
Just maybe out of the clearing a little bit. Just wait. Just wait close by. Simon will give him a ration and his water skin.
So he
Go slow.
kind of begins to push him away. He says, "I don't want that. Give me a sword. I'll help you.
Callum,
I can help. I'm good." It just
Look
took
at
that
yourself.
push and a little bit of time. I can do this.
Look at yourself.
He's just now looking down at the ground. You can see the frustration and even maybe a bit of embarrassment on his face as he's struggling.
I grab his face by the jaw.
So he kind of looks at you a little wide-eyed.
You left. I raised Theo.
One.
I kept my mother sane. Barely. Now you get to do the hard thing. You get to survive.
His face goes utterly pale, and he does not say another word.
Simon just pulls out like his wool blanket and just kind of puts it over him. Just
As he kind of
walks
just
back up.
slides down a bit of the tree, and he just sits there silently. As we will move. Callum back.
As they're walking back, and when I know you're upset, if there are more brothers to save, then you have to stay here with us.
Make no mistake. I'm cool.
Get your object ready.
She'll grab her father's sword instead.
Okay. So, Callum is, relatively speaking, out of harm's way. The house that's before you. Davum, are you wanting to basically circle around the house, or were you just kind of wanting to peek around and listen?
I think mostly thanks to Simon's talk, he is not going to rush around the side of the house. But he is going to repeat himself. Something's still not right. What do you hear besides the rain?
Would anyone object to me cutting down the effigy?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Wait,
Right.
well,
Um.
what if Scarecrow is Callum? What if this is someone else?
Is it human shaped?
Vaguely.
Check it. I'm too short.
Gonna look into it to see if it represents anyone.
It is vaguely humanoid in shape. Outside of that, there's no face, there's no hair, there's nothing outside of kind of like head, torso, very stick figure-esque.
Okay.
Any signs of breathing?
No signs of breathing on this. No.
Lenore, you're our magic expert.
What do these do? What are they meant for?
I just feel like we're all getting weird feelings from that, and sometimes they can be a source of power or like I don't know.
How
I
convenient
feel
that
like we're
it's
getting
raining.
watched through it.
Would be nice to burn it.
I think we should destroy it, Lenore. Go for it.
Right, I'm gonna try to slap it with my halberd.
Okay. No attack needed. I mean, you're
Okay.
capable of doing that. You smack it with your halberd. It falls. It was being held aloft by like just some simple twine, it would seem. As your blade comes down through it, the twine snaps. The effigy does not.
It doesn't fall.
It falls. I'm sorry. It falls off of
okay.
the twine, but it would appear that the halberd did not do any damage to it.
I can try a magical attack. And with that, I will do Drain Heat. So with that,
Sure.
it doesn't have to be like a living thing, because
Sure.
it goes on that if it
Absolutely.
goes onto like a object that it basically
Uh,
yeah, if cast upon an object, it's 1d2 hit points per round, until it becomes brittle and breaks.
Sure. Lenore, would you please roll me 1d10? It's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's either
I don't know
really
if I'm
good or
wanting
really
good or bad on
shit.
this. That's such an extreme number.
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
which
So,
member of
so,
Wynn's family did you just kill?
And the house explodes. No. So with this, as you trace the rune on this effigy, the magic flashes in as the effigy just immediately turns to blackened ash. And as it does so, there's like almost even this faint wailing sound that escapes it briefly.
I look back at Callum. Is he still alive?
He's still alive. It is like he is, not moved at all.
Okay.
Any changes as far as like us feeling like we're being watched, sounds, rain?
Noticeably, the sensation of being watched is gone.
Anyone else feel that?
Yeah. Good job, Lenore.
It's a good call.
Hopefully it was the bad guy watching us and not the victim.
Shall we try to knock again?
Was there anything else around the side of the house?
I can see further down the path. It looks like maybe there's a bridge over this creek.
Maybe we should just make sure that there's no one else.
Oh.
Did we decide last time that we were going to have invisible light function by it stays in the area that it's cast and it's not like moving with the rune that cast it? Like a stationary bubble?
I don't believe we made a ruling on that, but I think for balance purposes, we will say it is stationary.
I think we
I
had
think we had decided that. I can't quite
decided
remember.
that would be more
Tell me in the
reasonable.
comments down below. What did I roll last session?
Let's keep in mind as we go around the house, Babushka cannot fire through it. If we're moving out of her sight, we're losing her support. At least for a moment.
You'll
I'll
see
make
that
sure to
statue.
stay. I'll make sure to stay between you guys and Mabushka as much as possible.
Do I see that? Like
Yeah.
actually?
The
Do you-
statue
My-
down there.
My vision my light vision
Sure.
extends to about here, and then my dim vision continues
I
beyond
was going
that.
to say, and to clarify, there is light passing through. It is daytime, you can tell, but it is just very dim. If you can see that on the map, your character can see that.
Okay. I think
Presumably, it
Davin-
might be the light of someone else's vision, but yes.
Yeah,
You
I
can
think
see
Davin
that now.
gets to where he is. He like sidles up alongside this. Is it a tree trunk?
Yes, it is like a large hollowed out tree trunk.
Got it. He's like kind of slowly creeping forward, like eyes back and forth, and then freezes. Is it a person?
It appears like it is a person. Statuesque in appearance.
When?
Do I
Is
recognize
that a
them?
serpent statue and a person
Simon?
statue?
Yeah.
It would appear so.
Do I recognize the person?
At this distance, it's a little hard to make out. You're kind of
It's
getting
not-
a back profile, kind of, from this angle.
Let's not get distracted. There's time for this once we've dealt with whoever lives here.
Right, but is it just a statue?
Maybe not.
Maybe if we deal with whoever lives here, it will free whoever's in that statue.
Okay.
If it's more than just a statue.
Davin like like untenses just enough to be able to move again, and like continues creeping along this little path.
Sure.
Simon will knock again on the door.
You knock. A few seconds go by. A few more. No
What
answer.
is this? Is this food?
I'm sorry, were you
Thank you.
asking me, Davam?
Yes.
What are you pointing out? I apologize.
Just down by the statues, there's this little. people
Yeah,
thing
you
I
can
think is, like,
vaguely
full of
make
food.
out a table with what looks like a spread of
Yeah.
something. Everything looks really soggy and gross
Sure.
because of the rain, but there's a spread of something down there.
Okay. And a follow-up question. I'm guessing based on the angle that I'm seeing this at, I don't see those 4 things,
Yeah,
but I do see the dock at the
you see the
moment.
dock, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
wanted to double check.
yeah. It's fine.
Would you? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Um. Cool. I think. Davum would kind of seeing this path out the back would kind of like divert. Come up over here.
Okay.
And then you would gently,
Okay.
gently,
Gently peeking around.
gently peek around.
Gently peeking around. I would say at this point, Davam, you can see something in the water for sure.
To when I think he says something in the water in the dock.
I think I see it too.
Also, as you all are kind of circling around here and you're getting a little bit more of a different angle, Enwin, Davam, that statue looks a hell of a lot like Finn.
If he can be helped, we'll help him after.
You just see, like what I was doing. You see Davum's jaw just tensing over and over again, and his grip like tightens on his sword, and he is clearly very angry, like very upset.
Eleanor, we're being left to our own devices here, but we're being watched by the effigy. It feels wrong. It feels like there's a trap that we're falling into.
I agree. I feel like entering the house is going to trigger something, and yet at some point, we're just going to have to do it. Should we
I
check
don't-
for like more entrances along the back? Like maybe even,
Maybe
would it be bad to split us up into like each going through a door at the same time?
Yes, it would be bad, but I think definitely looking around for other, at least circle around the other way from Davum and Inwin.
Yeah.
And also, just one more time, I'm gonna like whisper prayer and cast detect magic again, and
Okay.
that will be active for 4 minutes. It's a minute per level.
Okay.
And the first thing I'm gonna do is turn around and look at Callum. Does he just seem like regular old Callum?
He seems, as far as you can tell, like regular old Callum.
Okay.
Um,
And then I'm just scanning through, looking up into the window as we
Sure.
go by.
So I believe detect magic is restricted through larger like amounts of ground and like stonework, things like that. Correct? Or is it? I might be wrong on that.
Is
Spell
it like
can penetrate barriers, but 1 foot of stone,
Okay.
1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt blocks it.
Oh.
But,
If
like,
that's the case,
Yeah.
So,
And I can detect evil through that as well.
good to know. There is a there is a low level feeling of evil all throughout this place. It's not so much that it's going to like your senses are useless, but like this place sucks. Like it is evil. It is bad.
Stanky.
It's bad.
It's City Hall.
Okay, so Simon, you detect, oh gosh, close to every school of magic in your vicinity. Beyond your, like, kind of to the, I don't know if you can see my ping here.
I can see the thing. Yeah.
Down in this area, you are getting a strong sense of magic. It would probably be
Like it would be like in this. Okay. Well. Oops.
you should pull that open. The house explodes. No.
Before
no,
he,
it
like,
is close. It, as far as you can tell, it seems like it's on the other side of that wall.
Does it seem like it's below, or
It does
it's-
not for this specific ping. You do get multiple pings below you. I mean, you pretty much
Yeah.
get almost every school of
There's some
magic.
kind of cellar.
It would appear there is a basement level to this cottage, and whatever is down there is highly magical.
We'll say that to Lenore. There's a cellar somewhere. I can sense the magic underneath the cottage.
There's 4 bodies in the water.
I was stuck on this little cupboard, but
Hey, those are those 4
Oh,
things I
fuck.
was unsure if I saw
Yes,
or not.
as you two kind of circle around, it's hard. It's kind of hard to see, but there is, from
Simon
your
doesn't say
angle,
fuck.
you can kind of see that there are bodies in the water.
just as I passed by, is there anything magical about this chest?
Nothing magical coming from that chest. No.
Okay, and we'll just close the thing back and
Okay.
get my back.
Sure.
I tend to think. I don't think I have any magic that's going to fix this. If there's any magic keeping them as they are.
I
I,
don't know.
I don't know.
The most we could do is give them some sort of proper burial.
Hope that if we defeat what did this to them, you know, if they were cast in stone or something like that, that it might break the spell when the caster dies, but they're under the water.
Shall we continue around?
Should we get inland before? Do we show her? Or do we not?
She might already see it if they've made it around the house.
Speaking of,
Yeah, do those
Speaking
bodies
of,
look
cut
familiar?
to
do the bodies look familiar?
from you cannot tell from this angle. Most of them
Okay.
are floating on their stomachs too.
Okay. As Lenore and Simon come around the side, Davin like Hey.
Hey. There's a cellar somewhere.
Right. Davim's not listening. He's just walking towards these bodies.
Do the bodies
barks.
look like they're in any like do they look like they're normal human bodies that are just like face down in the water, or do they look like they've been
I mean, from this position, yeah, they look like just humanoid bodies
okay.
in the water.
I was making sure they weren't like stone or log or anything like
Correct.
that.
Yeah, no, they,
Okay.
they look like actual bodies.
Okay.
Just kind of crouching down at the edge of the dock. This isn't. This is someone else. Is that 2 women? Someone in armor and an older gentleman?
It looks like it, roughly.
Any of them have red hair? that armored person, kind of.
Armored person, it's reddish hair. You do not recognize this, though. This doesn't... I'll tell you, you don't recognize this matching the description of anyone from Inwin's family.
Yeah.
None of the people.
So far as you can tell, not really.
Their clothes don't look familiar or nothing like that.
These clothes look like they are local to the area. All right, I need everyone to stop. As you get closer and look desperately trying to find your family, simultaneously, all 4 of the bodies shift, coming up out of the water. I need everyone to roll me initiative.
I was so nervous the bodies were a trap. Make us all.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped
I
back
knew
where I
it.
was. I was like, I don't want these
Yeah,
fuckers
I
to
can't.
grab
I can't
me.
see anything. By the way, you guys are so far out of my sight line.
It's totally
Can-
okay.
I'm gonna just pee really, really quickly.
Yes, we will roll initiative, and
Likewise.
we're going to take a break right here. To come back, don't go anywhere, because it'll be 2 seconds for you. It'll be more for us. And we're back. All right. Ooh. Wow.
Hi, how's it going?
I can't believe that was 2 seconds. We did all of that in 2 seconds.
Why are we
okay.
so out of breath?
I know. So, initiative has been rolled and recorded. Top of the rounds, we are starting with Olus. Olus, you are up.
Hi, Olus here. I kind of don't know if I know what's going on yet.
You'd hear a
have I-
shout.
Alan probably would have given it. Like, we all probably would have.
Yeah, shouts and the thrashing of water, like, pretty violently.
Whoa!
30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
She does like the eep.
60.
So
Uh,
that's 60.
That's my movement. I guess I could run a little more.
No, yeah, you can
You
charge.
can double
and
or
go-
quadruple move.
Yeah. You remember how you can go fast?
Yeah, I don't know if I can attack that guy though, because
You won't be able to attack, but you can get close if you want to, or you can stay back and giddy up next round.
I'll giddy
I'm
you
just
up.
gonna go like
Oh, no.
I'm gonna run and get like up to here.
Okay.
Can I dismount, or is that's an action to dismount, right?
Pardon?
I'll let you stop it. I'll let you roll a dex check if you want to try to quickly hop off.
Oh wait, yeah, no, there's legitimately. I think I just do that.
I think if that might be a feature of your class. So if it is,
Take no damage after falling from a mount by rolling to the side or leaping off, including the mount itself when falls characteristics once he's and any failed attribute check. Huh. A knight can attempt to take no damage after falling from a mount.
right, so that would be if like you got forced off.
I gotcha.
Like you can be forcibly dismounted and injured.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just, as I'm moving up, just because I'm trained in horsemanship, I'll just see if I can,
Yeah, just give me a little dex check. It's a super low check. You're super trained in this.
Okie dokie, Baba Booey.
Perfect. You passed. Congratulations.
Woo! I still lay down because I'm tired. I think it's my turn.
Absolutely. Lenore, you are up.
Okay. I have a question before I cast this because
Sure.
I want to specify. In the description for Drain Heat, it says that it's like an area of effect and that it impacts all the things in the area. So that way, like, water freezes.
Correct.
Since they're in this, is this like a quick flowing river? Like,
No, it is stagnant, nasty water.
okay. Would it be fair to say that that water would be able to freeze, or is it like
It is water, and it is even though it's got like scum and junk in it, like it still could freeze. Now that they are standing up, however, they are only about up to their shins where they're at currently.
Okay.
But it could freeze and possibly hold them in place.
Okay. That my goal was to like at bare minimum difficult terrain
Sure.
because now they have to go through ice.
Sure, I love it.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna good old trusty drain heat.
I love it.
Let's
I was kind of
go.
thinking centered on dang, I was trying oh wait, is it right click to ping? Yeah.
Left click and hold, I believe, is ping.
Okay. So the guy that's kind of like 2 spaces below
Gotcha. So you're attempting to freeze him or drain heat.
that's kind of like what I was
Sure.
thinking the center of the square because
Sure.
it should be a 20 like 20 by 20. Would that be right? Because it's 5 by 5 plus 5 per level.
But I believe it only drains heat from an individual target. Drain heat draws from heat from any individual target is the first. It'll freeze the water surrounding it, but I believe in terms of just dealing damage, I believe it's just one because it specifically says an individual target.
I meant like as far as you knowing where it was located on the map. I was kind of being like, oh, here's a center point for
I
you.
got you. Yeah, if you want to draw it on the ruler, if you click that, and then you can have you can draw a shape and make sure it's set to linger. You can draw a shape on there. If it's a
okay.
if let's see here, it's a 5. So you've got a what is it? A 15-foot square. Or
Since we're level 4, would that be 20?
Is it plus? Yes. You are correct. If you want, I can. There you go. That'll do it.
And then just kind of. Oh god, I may have done that wrong. Oh god.
It's totally fine.
Oh, I see the undo. Jesus,
It's totally
Jesus,
fine.
take the wheel, please. No, it was moving me back as I was pressing undo.
Oh, beans! Oh, crumbs!
Guys, I'm so dumb. I'm not ever in Mark in
You're
real life.
fine. It's totally fine. If you want to undo it, I can even possibly set it down for you. Were you wanting the square centered on him?
I was just wanting it to capture everybody, or like all of the guys in it, with the main focus being on freezing the water around them and making it difficult for them to get to shore.
Gotcha. Okay, so we can do that.
Yeah.
And that'll get everyone. That'll freeze the water. That prevents, and also Simon and Win are unaffected by the frozen water because they're elevated, as Davum. So yeah, that'll work. Go ahead and roll your D4 for damage on
Fuck 'em
Mr.
up.
Zomboid. Gotcha.
One. But
That
correct.
kills them.
Damage is damage. It does help no matter what.
And now if the water's frozen around them. So.
Exactly. Beautiful. That was Lenore. Babushka, you're up.
It's unwise for Overwatch to move from cover, and as well as protecting the young boy that she recognizes. So she is going to stay and ready. I know there's probably no ready to action, but the equivalent to that beautiful feeling of saying "gotcha, bitch" to someone
Sure.
that pops up. The counterspell feeling.
Of course.
That's kind of what I'm going to hold on to. Hold out
Beautiful.
hope that it'll exist for me.
I love it. Beautiful.
As I eat ice.
I love it.
Where do you get that ice?
Davum and Simon, you are next in the initiative. I don't care who goes first. If you want to go with first Dex, up to you all.
I would love to go first if possible.
Yeah.
First things first. Can you like swap places with somebody in CNC? Is that like a movement or an action or?
Ooh. That's a really good question. That I will say, just to keep things moving, you can move with them, but it subtracts from that person's movement the following round.
So I can. Okay.
Like, if you move them 5 feet, it will take 5 feet from their turn next round.
Okay. And it would be forced movement with no attack of opportunity?
Now that is no. There would be an attack of opportunity. There is disengaging works a little differently in CNC.
So do we get attacks of opportunity, or do we specifically not get attacks of
No,
opportunity?
you get attacks
and
of
the monsters
opportunity.
do.
No, everyone gets attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
If you as I understand, tell me in the comments below. Let me know.
Okay.
If you move out, you can either just move, and that's like you get a free attack, or you can do a combative. Basically, it takes your action. You can do a combative disengagement.
Yeah.
It's your action, and you can move, and it doesn't provoke. So it's similar to other systems.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want to cause her to get attacked, so Simon will just like take a few good like steadying breaths, and again we're going to turn undead.
Okay, I love it. Go for it.
If I remember, shit, I think I make a wisdom check.
I believe you do. Let me
Let me
pull up cleric. It's always great to learn.
I
Turn
got
undead,
that.
wisdom check.
Well,
yes.
turn undead is in its own. Oh, okay, you got it.
Yeah, turning undead consists of channeling divine. In most cases, the number of undead turn will be 1d12 plus cleric's charisma modifier.
So
This cleric.
so
Okay,
the
the challenge
check
level is equal to the undead creature's hit die.
Yes.
so 12 plus monster level.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, fucking fingies crossed. Been rolling boom boom style, so we'll see.
That is, as you go and kind of attempt to pulse out, and there's a breeze that kicks up, these undead kind of shudder for a second, but they remain in place, seemingly unaffected. All right, so that was Simon. That
Okay.
takes us to Davum.
So explain the ice situation. Is it
Sure.
would I be wading out into water, or would I be stepping out
You
onto
would be
ice?
stepping onto ice. It
Okay.
would be precarious. You would need to make a
Sure.
dex check not to slip and slide your booty.
Is that true for both of these spots?
What do you mean by is that true? Is that
Meaning like this specific spot seems to have more of like a shallows kind of a feel.
Yeah, I would say you could step on this spot. And yeah, there's not really you could get in range and not need to make a check for that spot.
Okay. All right, cool. We're gonna go ahead and do that. And then with the like two-handed big broad sweep, just kind of like try and catch whatever pieces of this thing are poking out the
Beautiful.
water.
I love it.
I think this is the way.
This is the way.
Uh,
That is going to be a very spicy hit for
Lovely for that 4
points of
damage.
I love it. A solid hit from Davum.
Yay!
Love to see it. Enwin, you are up.
Okay. I don't like that someone has grabbed me. I'm just gonna go for the first time, I think, do a melee attack. She's
Okay, hey, I'm here
gonna
for it.
continue pulling her father's sword and is gonna try to like hack off the arm of like the guy that's kind of gripping her.
Sure, I love it.
Oh, please.
No. Whoa!
Sick!
Very nice.
Excellent!
Excellent. So, So you can ignore that damage because we're playing with a fun variant roll. So it'll be 6 plus 1d4.
6 plus 1d4.
And I'm sorry, were you attacking the one to your left?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. 9 points.
9 points. Lenore, how would you like to kill this zombie?
My name's Enwin, not Lenore. Put some respect on the name.
Oh God! Oh jeez! Oh beans! I done goofed. I'm such a fool. That's why he's dead.
Everyone's my wife.
Everyone's my wife.
Castle creeper.
Having been so just like seeing Callum again, seeing Finn in the state that he's in, her 14-year-old child brother, petrified. The rage at Callum was only the beginning. She pulls the sword and chops off the arm, completes a spin, and lops his head off, and it goes rolling across the ice, kind of skidding.
I love it. Kind of rolling across the ice, it eventually kind of slides and dips into the portion of the water that isn't frozen as the body kind of slumps over. Its knees still kind of like standing up as the ice holds it in place.
There is this like roar that erupts from her as well.
Oh, I am here for it. Solid turn, N1 that's going to take it to their turn. I'm going to give them strength checks at the beginning to try to break through the ice. 3 checks because one's down. What is your you see charisma is your primary, correct?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that'll be there's not so an 18 plus. Yeah, none of them are going to succeed on breaking out. However, there is 2 attacks going to be able to be made, one against N1 and one against Devum. So we've got, we'll do N1 first, then Davum. N1 Davum, bop-a-da-bop. Ooh, those are, that's, I believe, going to hit N1. And Davum, remind me your armor class, please. What was that? You cut out. Oh.
Big ol' 1-4.
1-4, meets it, beats it, unfortunately. So there's going to be 2 hits. As
Quick
these,
question.
Yes, absolutely.
But the fact that their feet are like frozen, would that not impede their? I'm just thinking like normally if you're fighting or swinging a sword or something, like you are like moving your body.
They're
I
thrashing,
imagine,
basically. They're like
do
kind of
have the
doing
high ground.
They're like
I mean-
moshing in place. Like they're thrashing. I mean, like
In your defense, these are zombies, so knee rotation destruction does not bother them.
that
That's
is
a
true.
very
Like
fair point.
they are like absolutely trashing their bodies to
Okay.
like get the hits.
Do they know that we have the high ground and they shouldn't try it?
They scream, "I hate you," as they freeze to death.
one
Okay,
has the
so
high
2
ground higher
hits.
than
The
Babushka.
first for N1. N1, you are going to take 5 points of damage, and Davum, you are going to take 1 point of damage.
Wow.
Look out! The other zombie cannot move, so that is going to take us to the top of the rounds. Olus, you are up.
Hey, Olus here. I'm gonna run more.
I love it.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Okay.
I'll stop right there.
Okay. Will you please make me a dexterity check as you are running on ice?
Sure can do, sir.
You need a 10. That is the dex check you need.
Well, here's a 20.
Okay.
But
As Olus, you go out there. Don't take any damage or anything. Nothing too bad. But as you try to stop, you keep going, and you try to stop again, and you slide and fall down. And we'll
don't
say,
worry, guys.
we'll say you slide further down. Well, that's starting to get out of the map, but you're a little further down. So.
Whoa!
That's great. Lenore, you are up.
Oh boy. You know what? I think I'm actually just gonna use my crossbow
I love it.
on uh the one that's still pretty close to Inwin. That's kind of like diagonally beneath her,
Yeah, absolutely.
trying to ping, and it's not.
No, I see which one you're talking about.
Okay.
Go for it.
So yeah. Come on, crossbow.
Very nice. Lenore, how would you like to 360 no scope this zombie?
Just as he's thrashing around and does that little hit on Inwin, Lenore just immediately is lining up the bow to take the shot, and I just wanted to go like straight back through the head.
Oh, I absolutely love it
Let's
as it
go.
slinks down, bolt sticking up unicorn style as it's on the ice, just kind of like lightly gliding around. Beautiful shot, Lenore. Babushka, you are up.
Do I have any new information that I am missing on the map? Because I still am going by Babushka's sightlines here.
Sure.
And she can't see any zombies, any teammates.
Correct. No, there is
so I'm
no
gonna-
sounds. I will say there is a slight update as Callum has stood up. He has the blanket around him, and he is tentatively taking a step towards the sounds of kind of struggling, grunting, moans. He's not running full sprint, but he hears stuff, and he is interested.
Keep an eye on him.
Sure.
At this, I need to determine what oath sworn ability that I'm using for this round. Does he seem like mind control or just like young man who wants to be a part of something?
You can make a wisdom check if you want. Try to deduce anything, any strange behaviors.
Interessante. Wisdom.
Oh,
With a very solid natural 20 for
Nice.
this is a brother that knows his sister is in danger and he wants to do something about it, but he just got his soul ripped apart in anger by his younger sister and is very hesitant to go interfere. He's very conflicted, but it is safe to say it is not mind control.
Okay.
Yep, let's Callum.
I'm going to choose parry, add 4 to my armor class,
Okay.
and stay protecting Callum and the flank, as well as the keeping an eye on the other side of the house, just in case there's something weird happens,
Absolutely.
like an escape attempt or something like that.
Absolutely. Beautiful. That's going to take us to Davum and Simon. You two are up.
woo! Simon, would you like to go first again?
Go for it, my lad.
All right. Guess what, gang? Second verse, same as the first.
Beautiful. Davum, how would you like to kerplode our little lads?
Let's go.
We're gonna like do like a couple like nicks like here and there, like get his shoulder, get another shoulder,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
still like struggling and stuff like that. And at one point, we're gonna like see him like reel back, and we're gonna move in to that space, and then plant the sword, like the sword in the stone, straight through
Oh,
the skull all the way down,
beautiful. The ice cracks a bit underneath.
and then as it,
It's like a reversed Excalibur. It's
Yeah.
like someone driving the sword down into the water. Beautiful. Simon.
I'm gonna move up and reaching into my medic's bag. I'm gonna just like quickly clean and dress Inwin's wound.
Okay. Beautiful.
There
Excellent.
we go.
So
it'll be-
1d2 plus 1.
Yeah. Come on, big money. Fuck, small money.
Small money. 2 points back to you.
It's still money, but fuck.
We love money. Money. Beautiful. Simon Inwin, you are up.
God. Is the ice still there?
Yes, I just
Okay.
it's still
That's
there. I
fine,
just
yeah.
took it away for you all to be able to see easier.
God, so I know that it's a gamble, but I honest to God think she would hurl her sword at the last guy who's remaining.
Okay. Go for it. Go ahead and make me like.
Is it just a strength attack roll still?
We'll call it a strength attack roll. However, I will impose a -2 to it because you're trying to throw a non-thrown weapon.
That's fair. Is that dumb? I don't want to just be like stupid.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's very
I
on
think it's
brand
awesome,
for right
but
now.
like, just
Okay.
realistically, trying to chuck a sword at.
Fair,
Yeah.
I
I don't think
also
Win
think-
is thinking about stupid or not.
Yeah, with Win, the emotional roller coaster that the last
Yeah.
like 10 minutes have been, chucking a sword at the enemy feels.
It's
It'll be really
very
cool
appropriate.
if it works.
Yeah, it's pretty
Small.
badass,
Stupid.
honestly.
Yeah, it's only stupid if it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
I'm gonna roll with my eyes closed.
Shit.
Yo,
Hey, yo.
no fucking shot.
Well,
But it's still -2, so.
-2 to the hit, but that hits even still. Inwin, how would you like to chuck your sword? How would you like to kerplode him?
So it's all one continuous scream from her as she lops off the one guy's head, and then the other guy's like claw rakes down the back of her calf, and as a dog
Simon is
comes
like
into the
trying to
side-
like patch her up.
yeah, and then she just like turns and like it lands square in the guy's like upper chestal region, and just embeds
Right
there.
in the chesticles.
Right in front of Olus too.
Oof.
And then she just kind of like falls to her knees.
Oh, what a very fantastic and cinematic way to bring this combat to a quick end as everything grows silent as the rain continues to downpour. It's quiet and you all have survived, but there is still so much more to go, as that is where we are going to call it tonight.
Oh,
It
still
is.
there?
We are pushing 2 hours into it. We gotta
Fuck.
pause here, and
Oh.
I knew we were gonna have to cut this a little short. But we'll be doing this again soon, and we'll probably wrap up next session. I think it'll be
There's so
it.
many more brothers to rescue.
Oh, don't
Yes.
worry, they're already dead. It's
It's
fine.
fine. They're already dead. It doesn't
And
matter.
there's a bunch of free
Even really
food in the
people are
rain.
dead.
That's super appetizing.
That's very normal. Very regular.
Show them nude because they ain't got no soul. Have you guys ever watched I Think You Should Leave?
yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I think you showed
You
that
showed it
to
to
us
us,
when
yeah.
we were
Yeah.
feeling silly
Easter
for
weekend.
reasons.
The guy who was using like his per diem to like get those crazy
Those shirts with Dan
shirts.
Flashes? He's been using all of his per diem money to buy shirts with Dan Flashes.
Incredible.
The patterns are so complicated.
Is that the same guy who was like eating a hot dog in his sleeve or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
But man, anyway, sorry.
no, it's great. Yeah, we're getting to it, gang. This is exciting stuff. I very happy. Y'all are doing great, and very excited to jump into this last session or so. Next session will probably be a little bit of a longer one, just to wrap everything up and kind of do some post-game fun stuff. So you can look forward to that next week. But thank you, players. Thank you, audience. Thank you, Trollord Games, for letting us be here, play your amazing, wonderfully fun game. That's also super convenient for the Castle Keeper, because I can just go with the flow. It's an easy game to just be like, don't know how to adjudicate. Let's go. Let's do it.
It's fine.
And now we level up.
And now we
Yeah,
level up.
totally. Maybe at the end of next session.
Come on, we beat 4
Well,
zombies.
no,
Yeah,
come
for some-
on. The end
Yeah,
of next session is the
leveled up
end. It won't matter.
it's just the end of this
It'll-
campaign. These
it'll
characters will
matter.
return in Phase 4. All right, so
That has literally let us level up every time we've had.
In phase 4.
yeah, phase like of the MCU. Like we're
Okay,
going to start
yeah.
a new
Look.
phase, and
God damn.
this is the end game,
right.
and we're going
I
to go.
want 3rd level spells.
Yeah, well, I want to not be in crippling debt, so you know.
Yo,
You win some, you lose some.
there you
Oh
go.
gosh. Well, thank
Is
you
that
all
an
again. Have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and we will see you all next week. Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.